New year, new low point for men's hair. If the top knot dominated the heads of mistaken hipsters in 2015, the man braid appears destined to do the same in 2016. Actually, it's self-explanatory. A braid constructed from a grown man's hair, photographed and posted on Instagram. A braid is 3 or more strands of material weaved together. For consigning the man braid to the long list of history's most heinous haircuts, whether you want to call it gender fluidity, your little sister was doing it to her dolls when she was 8, cultural appropriation, cornrows have been a traditional African hairstyle for centuries, or the Game of Thrones effect, Daenerys has rocked one since season 1. They're listed below. You're probably wondering, yeah, but who says who? You? Yes, but just to be sure, we also consulted with our colleagues at the prestigious barbershop Ruffians. As a result, this list has the seal of approval from the experts. Have you already subscribed to our channel though? If not, do so immediately to avoid missing any of our upcoming films. Go into number 1 of the list. Number 1, the top knot. We're aware of this. Harry Styles looks fantastic with his hair. Everyone, however, is not Harry Styles, which is crucial as only being an international sex symbol like E Honda from Street Fighter can make a scruffy bulb of hair bouncing around on the back of your head look attractive. Since a few years ago, top knots have gained a lot of popularity among guys. What better way to keep your hair out of your face on a steamy summer day than to smooth it back into a chic top knot hairstyle? Like the current man bun, a top knot is stylish. A top knot is different from a side bun in that it occupies less hair and is placed closer to the crown of the head. The man bun, on the other hand, is typically designed to take all of your hair and is placed closer toward the back. Number 2, bowl cut. The traditional bowl cut haircut is still popular today, despite what you may have believed. Better than ever, the bowl cut has returned. The latest generation of bowl cuts is a step up from their ancestors. They're cut with a little more elegance and are ideal for the contemporary manly guy, Mr. Spock, Mr. Kenobi Skywalker, from The Hobbit, that dwarf. Do you detect a pattern here? The bowl cut, which gets its name from the fact that it can be applied to your hair by simply cutting around with a bowl, is arguably the geekiest haircut of all time, though it does admittedly save you money on barber bills. At least since the 1920s, it has been worn by people, although as far as we know, it has never been fashionable. Number 3, the rat tail. The rat tail was made famous in the 1980s before slithering back into the sewer, whence it originated in the legendary 1991 Only Fools and Horses episode 3 Men, a Woman, and a Baby, in which Cassandra misidentifies Rodney's clip-on ponytail as a rodent. Shia LaBeouf has attempted to resurrect this style in recent years, but has been unsuccessful. As a general guideline, never model any aspect of your own style after a rat. Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the only exception. He had a fairly amazing robe. You can see an example of a rat tail without having to go anywhere near a museum or biology lab. Despite the phrase conjuring up terrible ideas of dissecting little animals, a rat tail is a surprising new trend in the fluffy vocabulary of celebrity style, which you may have already noticed on the heads of fashion rebels as you go down the high street. A long tail-like piece of hair that grows down from the back of the head is the defining feature of the hairstyle known as a rat tail, which is typically worn by men. Because the rest of the hair is shaved or significantly shorter, the tail is more noticeable than the rest. The tail may hang loosely naturally or may be curled, permed, or even braided. Number 4, curtains. To be fair, having 2 long lag curtains of hair hanging over your face at a certain period in a man's life, say let's say 15, can be a helpful way to hide a terrible sense of social ineptitude or how stoned you are as a grown-up. Not really. Since the turn of the century, several variations of this cut have gone in and out of style, most recently in the 1990s, which Kurt Cobain can obviously be blamed for. A hairstyle known as curled hair, sometimes known as curtains, has a long fringe that is parted either in the middle or on the side, in short or shaved sides and back. Although a different term, the undercut is used for both male and female haircuts that follow this style. Curly hair mainly refers to man. Number 5, flock of seagulls. The flock of seagulls hairdo was not only amongst the most well-known in the 1980s, but it's now among the strangest. The phrase flock of seagulls originally referred to a Liverpool synth-pop quartet of the same name, whose lead singer, Mike Score, sported a physique-defying comb job that echoed badly through the following decades. It was so bad that it became a catch-all term for pretty much any terrible haircut, at least as far as Jules in Pulp Fiction is concerned. Are you having fun with the video so far? Then go like, share, and subscribe immediately. Number 6, spikes. The spikes cut, which is sometimes referred to as the Gareth Gates, a man who was one of those talent shows earlier, is achieved by twisting your hair into numerous sharp tufts and using a lot of hair gel to the point that you resemble a terrible dinosaur. In terms of spiky haircuts, the faux hawk is a moderately popular haircut. Neither is it the most radical or is it the most conservative fashion on this list. One of the spikier hairstyles that's more adaptable is the faux hawk. When it comes to how you can style your hair toward the center, you have many possibilities. Number 7. Skullit. The term a skull and a mullet were corrupted to get the moniker Skullit. The top of the head, often known as the skull, is completely hairless, while the sides and back are rather lengthy. As a result, while adding a more assertive edge, it still has the typical business in the front, party in the rear look. Some guys choose to have this haircut on purpose, but others do so to cover up a receding hairline. The only hairstyle that can make a comb over look nice is a Skullit, which is the most obvious way to let everyone know that you have given up on life. It resembles a mullet in essence, but with the top and middle removed or cruelly taken by nature. Number 8. Emo French. If you're in your late 20s or early 30s, there's a good chance that a photo of you holding one of these is floating around on MySpace or the internet somewhere. Your horribly brittle self-confidence trembled in your spotty face as you looked upward at a webcam. Do children have them today? Although we're unsure, we hope not. The haircut gained enough notoriety to earn the nickname emo hair. It has different styling elements including back-combed hair, black hair color, red highlights or streaks, and jagged bangs and layers shifted over one eye. Particularly along the sides or back, the length ranges from medium to long. Number 9. Mullet. Yes, you were forewarned of its arrival, the most derided haircut for males in history. The time was almost right for our mutual hatred of the mullet to mellow into something akin to amused adoration because it was so terrible and because it makes men of a certain age nostalgic about particular English footballers from the 1980s. Our hate was intensified tenfold when hipsters began to grow them to be ironic. Just kidding. The mullet haircut is making a tremendous comeback as a fashion trend from the 1990s. This time, however, it'll remain for a while. Number 10. Faded blonde cup hairstyle. In this bleached hairstyle for guys, the sides and the beard are both dark brown, while the top of the hair is golden and fading. This bizarre hairdo, which is often seen in Western movies, gives off a rustic aspect. When you think about it, there's a whole lot that you can do with your hair that most of us never come close to trying. These are some of the craziest haircuts we found online. Let's know in the comment section which one did you find the strangest. That's the end of this video about the strangest men's hairstyles. Do let us know what you think about it. Also, are you interested in knowing about the 10 strangest comedic weightlifting competitions for men? Then tap on the video on the screen. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of this type of content. See you in the next video.